We go to Washington. Yeah. Yesterday in the South Lawn of the White House, President Donald Trump was asked about the escalating situation between Iran and Israel. Quote, "We don't want a long-term war with Iran." End of quote. What? How about we try no war with Iran? Yes! Let's try that one for size. I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this, zero U.S. boots on the ground.
Can you dig it?
But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo. What's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Thursday. Well, the story of this week, the story of the last 2 weeks, actually, has been the situation regarding Iran and Israel, and of course, the elevation in that region. So much so that Israel bombed the shit out of Iran, and Iran came running to Trump and Israel and says, "No mas, we need to talk about peace." Well, Donald Trump on the South Lawn yesterday said, "Well, we could have talked about peace. You had 60 days. I gave you 2 months. And what'd you do? You blew it off." So you fucked around and you found out. Now, he says, we don't want a long-term war with Iran. We. Who's we? Let Israel deal with it. How about zero boots on the ground? Zero U.S. boots on the ground. But then again, that's just me. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Donald Trump. We don't want a long-term war with Iran. President Donald Trump made it clear yesterday his administration is not looking for a long-term war with Iran. Trump addressed the concerns among members of the Make America Great Again base at the United States that the United States will be pulled into a long-term war or pulled into any war at all, while fielding a question from Brian Glenn of Real America's Voice.
Some of the people in the base don't want a long-term war. They're afraid that we're going to get into a long-term war.
We're not looking for a long-term war. We're looking. I only want one thing. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Right. That's it. I'm not looking long-term, short-term. And I've been saying that for 20 years. I've been saying it as a civilian.
Not looking for long-term or short-term.
Very simply, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. That's it. It's not a question of anything else. And if you did, you wouldn't have much of a country because they would use it on us and they'd use it on other people and they'd be a terror all over the world.
Interesting. Let's see. Trump notably tweeted in 2011 before he even entered the political world that Iran cannot have a nuke and has been firm in his stance throughout his political career and the presidential campaign in 2024. That's true. And this is from 2011. Iran's quest for nuclear weapons is a major threat to our nation's national security interests. We cannot allow Iran to go nuclear. Trump notably gave Iran a 60-day deadline, which expired Thursday, June 12th, to make the deal to end its nuclear program. On Friday, Israel began striking Iranian nuclear sites, military leaders, and refineries. Trump declared Tuesday, "We have a complete and total control of the skies of Iran," and revealed that his team knew the exact location of the Ayatollah Khomeini. When asked Wednesday if the U.S. was moving closer to striking Iranian nuclear sites, Trump said, "I can't say that."
About whether you are moving closer, or you believe the U.S. is moving closer to striking Iranian nuclear facilities. Where's your mindset on that?
I can't say that, right? You don't seriously think I'm going to answer that question? Will you strike the Iranian nuclear component? And what time exactly, sir? Sir, would you strike it? Would you please inform us so we can be there and watch? I mean, you don't know that I'm going to even do it. You don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do. I can tell you this, that Iran's got a lot of trouble, and they want to negotiate. And I said, why didn't you negotiate with me before? All this death and destruction. Why didn't you negotiate? I said to the people, why didn't you negotiate with me 2 weeks ago? You could have done fine. You would have had a country. It's very sad to watch this. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. It's so, everyone thought it was going to be the reverse. I didn't think so. And I was telling them, you got to do something. You got to negotiate. And at the end, last minute, they said, no, we're not going to do that. And they got hit. Remember 60 days? And then came the 60. 61 is going to become a very famous number. That was one hell of a hit, that first hit. That was one hell of a hit. Not sustainable, to be honest. That's where it ended. It ended on the first night, yes.
Is it too late, though? Do you think it's too late to now?
Really, nothing's too late. The only thing too late is Powell. Powell's too late. Too late, Powell.
Have the Iranians reached out to you, Mr. President?
Interesting. Of course, he said, you don't think I seriously answer that? I mean, you don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do, he added.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who
don't know anything
claims
about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out
I'm
if it
saying
was a good
you don't
idea to kill
believe-
General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe
we're
that,
carrying out military strikes today.
you said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
No one wants to see this. We've been down this road before. Iraq, anyone? Right after 9/11. So let's not go into Afghanistan and go after bin Laden. No. We'll get him later. Right now, we're going to go into Iraq because, there are weapons of mass destruction there. And how that turned out. Almost 6,000 U.S. lives lost. Lives, blood, and treasure lost. Now, I'm not comparing the two, but the situation is, let Israel handle it. If Israel wants to jump in, and Israel has been done precise targeting on certain on certain facilities, what have you, let them deal with it. If I'm the U.S., I'm standing back and I'm like, let's guess what? You two hash it out. Do what you need to do. Israel has made it very clear. Netanyahu's made it very clear that this is going to be my last stand. This is going to be the hill that I will die on because of October 7th of 23. But like I said in the beginning, zero boots on the ground. Zero. No one wants to see one U.S. military member on the ground in Iran. No one wants to see this. I don't want to see it. I think even the most neocons, the most war-hawking motherfuckers out there. And I bet I bet you if you ask the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, do you want a U.S. boot on the ground? Do you want any U.S. boots on the ground? Any kind of military, any kind of, aid or what have you on the ground in Iran if this thing escalates even further? I guarantee you he will say no. Why? He's been there, done that. He doesn't want to see one U.S. soldier, male or female, in that situation. And I pray to God that this thing gets resolved and resolved quickly. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.